In this video we focus on a world-renowned expert in the field of retroviruses. He gives us his opinion on what 300 milligrams of melatonin can do for you in regards of your immunity, the viral response and your overall health and longevity. Who is Dr. Klinghardt and what does he say about 300 milligrams of melatonin and what it can do for you? He calls it huge and the best anti-aging strategy there is, even much better than glutathione. Who is this doctor and what are his credentials? Now first to Dr. Klinghardt. He is a doctor and he has his clinic in Seattle. He has received the following awards. In 2007 and 2009 he was awarded Physician of the Year by the Global Foundation of Integrative Medicine. In 2010 he was awarded the Physician's Excellence Award for the treatment of Lyme-induced autism. In 2013 Lifetime Achievement Award in Los Angeles. He was elected twice as Best Practitioner, one was worldwide, the other was in USA. Dr. Klinghardt lectures at the Universities of Illinois, Utah, Washington, D.C., Freiburg in Germany and Adelaide, as well as the medical faculties of Geneva and Zurich. He educates doctors and physicians, who then can use in their name and title, educated after Dr. Klinghardt.
Dr. Klinghardt studied medicine and psychology in Germany, completing his PhD on the involvement of the autonomic nervous system in autoimmune disorders. Early in his career, he became interested in the health consequences of chronic toxicity. He has contributed significantly to the understanding of metal toxicity and its connection with chronic infections, illness, and pain. He's been instrumental in advancing various fields within the biological medicine world. And if I read everything that this man has accomplished, I would take up all of his time. He founded Sophia Health Institute and is actively involved in patient care at his clinic. I was fortunate to hear Dr. Klinghardt speak at Autism One last May. He was talking about retroviruses and other things that impact the health of my family. And I was sitting in the audience with tears streaming down my face.
Now, here's the big one I wanted to almost spend the last few minutes with, the melatonin. Melatonin is completely misunderstood and underrated. Melatonin is the principal antioxidant used in the brain and in the central nervous system. It is not glutathione. Yeah, it's not all the antioxidants that people talk about. It is melatonin. And melatonin is produced in every cell in the body, but in the brain the predominant place is the pineal gland. But our whole gut microbiome, when it's healthy, produces about 400 to 4,000 times more melatonin than the brain does, but it does it at noontime. And so there is a German researcher who heals pretty much any neurological disease just with one tool, and that is melatonin. But this is not 2 or 3 milligrams. This is 1,000, 2,000, 3,000, up to 6,000 milligrams. With ALS we give 6,000. With most the children get 80 milligrams, that's a working dose. Most adults need a lasting dose of about 300. It's the anti-aging tool for the older folks here. I notice a few of you are over 60, which I'm always happy. I'm still one of the oldest here in the room, I think, so I can, and compared to the other speakers, I look a lot wiser because I lost my hair, What do these young whippersnappers know that still have hair? They haven't worried as much as I have. They don't. So we give it transdermally. So the transdermal melatonin is given between dinner and bedtime, an hour or two before sleep time. Does hardly change your sleep. Most people don't feel any change initially. But what it does is phenomenal. Those of you know a little bit of biochemistry, the worst thing that happens in inflammation, in neurological illness, is the creation of peroxynitrite. The electrosmog, Marty Paul wrote this beautiful paper that shows the Wi-Fi exposure triggers an influx of calcium into your brain cells. And calcium triggers an inflammatory process in the cells that creates, ultimately at the end point, a substance called peroxynitrite, which completely destroys the cell. And melatonin is the antidote for peroxynitrite, but not in 2 or 3 milligrams. But if you give 200 or 300, you stop any neurological disease. That's a phenomenal tool. So this is just, you can combine it. So there is an article on melatonin and retroviral infection. They like to combine it with DHEA. It's also easy to get here. It's a phenomenal, simple treatment. It's fantastic. I can take you through some of the studies, but I highlighted here. So one is an anti-infectious agent, and so we use it for Lyme disease. It induces autophagy. That means that dead cells are eaten up in the body without having to fast, which I hate fasting. It's fantastic for chronic gum disease. And here's the article on the melatonin delivery using transdermal ways of doing that. Then here melatonin as an antioxidant under-promises but over-delivers. It is much more effective than any other antioxidant. And then it's a fantastic antiviral as a anti-aging tool, to keep your brain fresh and intact. And then we have a lot of problems with people getting pregnant, not in my office like everybody else. Every month there's somebody else who gets pregnant because they know my tricks. But here's a beautiful one, the role of melatonin on production and preservation of gametes and embryos. It's a fantastic thing to get pregnant and stay pregnant. And then for the viral infections. And so what I left out here, well, the last one is interesting. A friend of ours, Steve Fry, who was a lab in Arizona. He's the only physician and lab technician in the world who uses actually a microscope and then does whatever he sees under the microscope, uses a DNA probe to see what it is actually that he sees. And he found over the last 10 years a huge increase in the strange phenomenon that we all have a lawn basically covering every blood vessel on the inside and outside and every nerve sheet of fungi and plankton, plant material that grows, and this surface that's covered with this lawn of candida and other fungi and plants, algae and plankton is over 2 square miles in us. It's not a small surface. And that he found is a direct correlation between the extent of that and chronic illness, the severity of chronic illness. And the only tool ever found to break that is not the antifungals, it's melatonin. And so